Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're going to get started. Thank you so much for your interest in our programs. At this time, we will introduce ourselves and then we will go over a brief presentation to give you more details about the programs that we offer. I'll start with the introduction. I'm Claudine Davis, and I am the Program Director and Professor of Practice in Education.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Bourgeois. I'm the Program Manager, Assessment Coordinator, and Academic Advisor for the MED program and for the graduate certificates.
Hi, I'm Ginger Whidden. I am the Clinical Placement Coordinator, so I will be helping to place you in your schools, and I do help with recruitment as well. So just a little overview of where SoPA fits in at Tulane, and actually what makes up Tulane University is, a collection of 10 schools, and SoPA, the School of Professional Advancement, is one of those schools that makes up the whole of Tulane. The SoPA is located in the Richardson Building, which is on the main campus of Tulane University. With SoPA, many of the classes are available online. So there are times that you are asked to come to campus to take your classes or to come to Richardson Hall. And this is what it looks like. It's a very bright and lovely place to be. So today during the webinar, we're going to talk about some of the things that some questions hopefully will be answered with this webinar. Of course, we'll have time for questions at the end, but we will discuss who our faculty is and what our programs are. We'll talk about the learning experience, what kind of support you can expect from the program and from Tulane on the whole, and how affordable and flexible payment options are, or as right now we have a pretty large grant that can help with at least the master's in the art of teaching. So this is some of our faculty. These are all professors on the screen now. They're either adjuncts or they're full professors. Amanda is also the executive director of the Cowan Institute at Tulane. Pretty fabulous. And Juan Carlos is the vice president of the New Orleans Public School Board. Trung and Erica are full-time faculty, full-time professors of education at Tulane. And this is Hazel, who is our assistant program director. Her quote that is quite, I think, quite nice to wrap up my portion is: the teaching and learning environment we create can be one of the most valuable and memorable experiences we model for our students. I was a teacher for 10 years before taking on this role. So any kind of support that I could offer, I'm happy to help, especially during the placement process or anytime during your process at Tulane at SoPA. So understanding the learning environment here is going to help you in your classrooms and vice versa. And we want to model as much as possible there.
And I'll just add to what Ginger said. As she mentioned, she was a teacher 10 years before joining our team. And that you'll hear a lot of that from our faculty. All of our faculty members have extensive experience in K-12 education as well as higher ed. So they come to you with the knowledge to merge the theory and the application so that you are receiving instruction that you can actually take and implement in your classroom, or if you're looking at the MED, your leadership or experience, your learning experience through the instructional technology piece. You can implement those things in real time. So there's a lot of application that comes with our program simply because our faculty are very well versed in the actual field itself.
And I'd like to talk about the master's degrees that we offer. The Master of Arts in Teaching program was launched last summer, and it is a hybrid program. We offer online and in-person classes. The Master of Education program was launched this fall, and it is 100% online. We also offer graduate certificates. These can be earned on their own or in conjunction with our Masters of Education program. We offer teaching English learners, special education, equity-centered education, leadership, and also learning experience design. We also offer the opportunity to earn your Louisiana add-on endorsement if you fulfill certain requirements that are required by the Louisiana Department of Education.
Before I provide details on our MAT funding, I would just like to provide a little bit more detail regarding the two graduate degrees we offer. So one is the Master of Arts in Teaching. That degree is catered to those who are interested in earning the teacher certification through state licensure. And so it's a way for you to earn your graduate degree and meet the requirements of the state certification at the same time. The MED, it does not lead to state certification. So we offer multiple options with the MED, but certification isn't one of them. So if a teaching license with the state of Louisiana is a part of your goal, then you definitely want to look at the MAT versus the MED. For the MAT, we have a funding opportunity that we present to all of our candidates who apply and are accepted into the MAT program. I will say this is specific to MAT. So if you are interested in the MED program, the SEED grant, the funding opportunity would not apply. Through the SEED grant, we're able to offer tuition waivers for all MAT courses. And it only covers tuition, which means the candidate would still be responsible for books and fees. To give you an idea of the fees that that students incur each semester, one student who received the SEED grant, after the tuition waivers were placed on his account, his balance was $80 for the semester. So it's not like many of us saw in undergrad where we had thousands of dollars or several hundreds of dollars in fees that are added to our accounts. So the fees are pretty minimal. Therefore, the SEED grant will cover most of the expenses for the MAT degree. Those who receive the SEED grant have to make a commitment to teach for 3 years in a New Orleans public school or charter school. And that 3-year commitment starts the year of residency. So if you decide to join us and you start in the fall of 24, you're a full-time teacher in Orleans Parish, your commitment doesn't include that year when you start in 2024. But if you start in fall of 2024 and then you enter into residency in 2025, then that's when your 3-year commitment starts. So the 3-year commitment includes 1 year of residency, which is mandated by the state, and then the 2 years that follow residency. It's important to note that the SEED application is separate from the admission application. And the way the process works is you will initially apply for the MAT through SoPA admissions. The deadline for the summer is May 1st. However, we are encouraging everyone who is interested in the SEED grant. If you want to start in the summer, we're encouraging you to apply within the next 2 weeks because the SEED application has a much earlier deadline. Once you are granted the SEED funding opportunity, there are many channels that the application process has to go through, including accounting, to make sure that the tuition waivers are placed on your account. And that takes much more time than we would need if you submitted your application May 1st. So if you prefer to wait until the May 1st deadline, then and you're interested in seed, then I would encourage you to apply for this a start in the fall. That way you would have time to get and submit the seed application for the fall semester. So you apply for MAT. Once you are accepted, you will receive an email asking you to submit your enrollment deposit. The enrollment deposit is a non-refundable $200 that is credited to your Tulane account once you go through that entire admissions process. Once you complete that part, then you will receive an email with all of the details, including the seed grant application. So you get the application through email, and it provides very specific details on how to submit the seed grant application. For those who are interested in the seed grant or not, the 2 degrees that we are offering are pretty affordable. And when you look at our MAT tuition, the MAT tuition is actually comparable to many of the schools in our area, many of the other universities in our area. So it's $623 per credit hour, which is roughly $1,800 for each course. But we also offer tuition discounts for school employees. So once you submit your tuition discount, of course, that decreases your total tuition costs for the semester. So you would go from a little over $1,800 to a little less than $1,500 as your tuition responsibility for the semester. MED and graduate certificates are charged at the graduate rate, which is $1,210 per credit hour. MAT is different because Tulane has made a commitment to charge MAT tuition at the undergraduate rate, because the goal is for us to try to attract and get many more certified teachers in the New Orleans area. And so we know affordability is a big part of going back to school to earn a degree and earn credentials. And that's a part of the commitment that the university has made, is making sure that we try to keep the MAT tuition as minimal as we can. As you can see under the financial aid section on the slide, there are many opportunities for you to qualify for scholarships through SoPA. And then you could also contact the Office of Financial Aid to get details on the federal financial aid that is offered. And then, of course, on the other side, it just tells you that we offer the 20% discount. I will say this is something that you must apply for at the beginning of every semester. It's not automatic. So if that's something that you're interested in, just make sure that you keep in mind that you have to submit the paperwork for that tuition discount at the start of each semester. For the SoPA learning experience, we have designed our courses, as I mentioned before, so that they are directly aligned to the experiences that you would need for true on-the-job training. So most of our courses are designed to be interactive and to present real-world situations in the field that you're seeking. Our faculty is very supportive of our students. We understand that most, I would say between 90 and 95% of our MAT and MED students work full-time, and our faculty understands that. So they are very supportive with our students, because our goal is for everyone to succeed and earn the degree that they've set their goal on. And one more, oops, sorry, Ann. One more piece I would like to add is that how our courses are offered. All of the MED courses are offered online. The MAT courses, we have some that are offered online and some that are offered in a hybrid model. Most of the hybrid courses are going to be the methods courses, which you will likely start in your second semester. And with the methods courses, it depends on the course that you're taking, but most methods courses will require you to come to campus for an in-person class anywhere between 4 and 7 times throughout the semester. So keep that in mind, that the methods courses will require some time on campus, but not every class session. Each student is assigned an academic advisor who gets you started and helps you get acclimated to all things that are needed for you to start the semester. That academic advisor is available to you throughout the semester. You will have the same advisor for the duration of your program. Excuse me, we also offer career advising for all SoPA students. We also have support through the library. We have a librarian specific to our education programs who is very eager to work with our students and help with research assignments and those sorts of things. We have a writing and an academic lab that is also available. And for those students who are in specific courses where you have to do your field experience, you will also have access to a mentor teacher as well. So we try to offer multiple layers of support for students throughout the programs.
So now is the best part, applying for our programs. You will go to the SoPA link that's on this slide and complete your application. There's a $40 undergrad application fee and a $50 graduate application fee. Those fees will be waived for attending this webinar. We do have a record of everyone who's attended the webinar. You need to provide a government-issued ID, and then transcripts from your university must be sent electronically from the institution or mailed in a sealed envelope. There is a one-time early enrollment scholarship for students. It's $200 for undergrads and $500 for graduate students. And it's for summer, it's April 25th. For spring, December 1st. And then for fall, it's July 15th. And then you'll see on your screen also the application deadlines as well. I am the MED advisor. You can reach out to me if you have any questions about the MED program. Torian Mingo is our MAT advisor, and his email address and phone number is on the screen. And we are happy to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you so much for joining us.
I would also like to add a little bit about the transcripts. Jennifer mentioned making sure you request that transcripts are sent directly to the university. When you request those transcripts, please make sure they are going to SoPA admissions and not NTC admissions. So we have 2 admission offices, and it's just much easier if they're sent directly to the School of Professional Advancement. If you have unofficial transcripts that you can upload to your application, you are welcome to do so. That will keep your application moving through the process, and you'll just have an alert that we need official transcripts from you. But you can submit unofficial to get your application rolling. Does anyone have any questions for us at this time?
Hello, I have a question.
Sure.
Hello, I have a question. So I am a J1 teacher. I'm an exchange teacher from Asia, and I'm really interested in your program. You mentioned about the residency. Like, I have been live in New Orleans for 1 year as a teacher, and I'm going to have 2 more or 4 more years. I'm not sure. So if that means after that means after I finish the program and let, for example, for 2 years I finished the program, is that means I have finished all my after I don't need to serve, or still need to serve like 3 years here.
Gotcha. So you would still, once you finish the program, you would still have at least 2 years left with your commitment, because the seed commitment starts the year you enter residency. That time varies based on the student and how you take courses, because we don't require you to take a minimum number of courses each semester. So some students take one course a semester, some take two. Most students take two. Many of our students have a goal to finish in 2 years. If that's the case, and that's something that we're able to work out for you, then you will likely start your teaching residency in your second year of the program. So although it's your second year in the program, that's your first year of the seed commitment. And so once you finish your residency requirements, then you would have 2 more years of a teaching commitment in New Orleans Public Schools.
Okay, I see. Okay. If I want to finish the project in the master degree in 2 years, so how many hours classes I should attend normally on 1 week or 1 month?
We recommend, especially those who are working full-time, we recommend that you take 1 or 2 courses each semester. If your goal is to finish in 2 years, then the only way to get that done and work full-time is to take courses during our summer sessions as well.
Okay, I see. I see. Oh, I think I have another question, but I forgot suddenly. Okay, it's okay. If I want to ask more, I will email you.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Hello, I have a question about the transcripts. So I graduated with a Bachelor of Fine Art in Karachi, Pakistan, and I taught there as well. So I have physical copy of the transcripts that I received upon graduation from there. Is that accepted as a copy of transcript, or do I have to contact the university to send you the transcripts from their end as well?
Yes, so the transcripts have to be sent directly from the university in order for them to be official. Otherwise, they have to arrive in a sealed, a university sealed envelope. The way most transcript requests work now is everybody goes through the electronic system, and it's electronically sent over to the schools. So it goes directly to our database in admissions, and admissions can retrieve it from there.
Right. Well, I graduated many, many years ago. So back in 2008. But I can very easily get in touch with my university. And the other question that I have is regarding the program itself. If you are working, if you're a full-time teacher at a charter school, and you're working during the time you are enrolled in the program, do those years, are they counted in the residency as well, or?
No, those
Not.
years aren't counted in residency. So a few years ago, the state stopped allowing experienced teachers to use their years of experience to fulfill residency. So now you have to be enrolled in the residency course while you are also completing the residency at the school. So you won't be able to use any prior years of experience for residency. Now we do have courses such as methods courses that require some field experience. And for those who are teaching full-time, you can use your full-time work experience as a part of your field experience requirement for the methods courses. But the residency doesn't start until you enter the residency course.
Just to add on to that too, you can stay at the school that you're at. You can stay in the classroom doing exactly what you're doing. You just need a mentor teacher on campus. So, and that counts as your residency. So it's not like you have to quit your job and be placed somewhere. You can do it at your school, and, you know, whatever you're doing right there can count towards your residency.
Thank
Does
you.
that make sense?
That was going to be my next question. So thank you for that clarification.
Yes, thank you, Ginger. So if you're already a full-time teacher and you want to stay at the school you're currently employed at, you can remain there for all of your field experience and your residency. We only place teachers in schools who want to do student teaching. And of course, student teaching doesn't come with a full-time job as a teacher. So that would be the other option for residency. Those are the only placements that we make for residency. Anyone who's teaching full-time, we will work with the school where you're currently employed so that you can fulfill your residency requirement with your current position.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question. I'm currently a senior at Tulane right now. I know I spoke to Hazel yesterday about I'm like it's like through Newcomb Tulane College. It's the psychology, like early childhood education major. So not really a SoPA undergrad major, but and I'm also a Spanish double major because I want to be a Spanish teacher, but I also want to do secondary education. So I was wondering if there were any classes that overlapped kind of. I know Hazel mentioned like maybe a 1 credit class for like the methods courses that like count as like a graduate level class kind of. Because I already took like the craft of teaching or like EDLA 2000. But I was just wondering if there was like if that like counts like for like any overlap of classes that I've already taken, or if it's a completely separate program, I guess.
Gotcha. So Michelle, since you are a part of the Psych ECE major as an undergrad, you actually have 2 options. You can select the option to start the MAT in secondary, or we can look at you completing your residency as a post-bac student. So we just have to look at your records and see what that would entail. So there are some courses that are going to overlap, such as the 2 you mentioned, 2000 and 3410. But for most of the other courses, they're going to be different.
Okay. The post-bac, that does not include a master's, right? Like that's only certification.
Right.
Okay. I want to go back to New York, so I would need the master's because it's required there. So I'd probably do the MAT. I was just curious about that. And then another side question, like building off of that, how long do you think it would take someone like me to complete the program if I wanted to do it full time? Like how many, I guess, classes a semester or during the summers?
Gotcha. Let me try to map it out for you, because being a full-time student will possibly give you, if you started in the summer and you entered methods in the fall, let me work it out for you. I'll send you an email. Usually it's 2 years is almost like the minimum, simply because of the year-long residency that the state requires. But I kind of have an idea of your situation. So I'll try to map it out to see if you would qualify to start residency in the spring.
Okay, so I would start in the spring and then do another semester like the next fall.
Right.
Okay, got
Which
it.
isn't ideal, but we have some people who end up doing it that way. It's not ideal. It's not what I would suggest, but it is an option.
So I wouldn't start residency this coming fall. Like I wouldn't be able to
No,
do
you
that.
wouldn't be able to start residency this fall.
Okay, got it.
Mhm.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Do we have any other questions?
Hi,
Uh,
my name is Charlotte. I'm just wondering if you could talk about what are the like admissions like requirements and that whole process.
So the admission requirement is a GPA of a 3.0. Submission of your application, which also includes an essay component. We do encourage students who don't quite meet the 3.0 to apply because there are other things that could be helpful in at least granting you conditional admission, which is very similar to like entering on academic probation for one semester. So we do encourage those to apply if you are slightly below a 3.0. We do not require any of the standardized testing, so no GRE or anything like that. Many programs require a passing score on the praxis exam prior to admissions. We don't require you to take praxis prior to admissions, but we do have a time frame for when you have to have that complete. And the other part would be just submitting your transcripts. And if you are below a 3.0 GPA, we highly recommend that you submit a letter of reference with your application. So the letter of reference is not required, but it is something that we suggest specifically for those who don't meet all admission requirements.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Do we have any additional questions?
Excuse me, it's still me. I have a question. So, I just there's just a teacher mentioned about a second major. So I was wondering, after I attend this master degree, so is the credit transferable to other? Because I'm thinking to also have other master degree, but just not sure if the credit is transferable.
So when it comes to transfer credit for graduate courses, that is really at the discretion of the university. So it's at the discretion of the university where you are applying to transfer those hours in. So our programs are fully accredited through SACS as well as CAPE, which means that our programs and courses are reputable. So they should qualify for transfer, but the transfer process is different at every university. So you would have to find out from each university what their policy is on transfer credit. So I know for us, if you already have graduate credit from another university, you can petition to earn up to 9 hours of transfer credit toward the MAT. And so you would have to submit the syllabi for each course, and it goes through a review process. And if that course matches one of the courses that we require for the MED or MAT, then it gets approved as a transfer course. So we allow up to 9 hours. There are some master's programs that won't allow transfer. There are some that will allow 6 hours. It just varies based on the policy of that university. And sometimes it's not the university policy, but it's the policy of that specific program that you're interested in.
Okay, I see. And one more question is the transcription. Oh, sorry. the university scores. And you mentioned we need to I have some something like Spectrum and WES. Is that okay?
Admissions does accept the West transcript evaluation. But I would suggest that if you have a question about it, that you contact admissions directly, because they
Okay.
can give you much better details than I can. However, I do know they accept the West transcript evaluation.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. You're welcome. Any other questions? Okay, well, if there are no other questions, again, we thank you for your interest and for joining us. We have Torian's email on the screen. He's the MAT advisor. We also have Jennifer's email on the screen. She's the MED advisor. If you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to us so that we can get those questions answered for you. If you have questions specifically regarding admissions, there's an email that's a part of the application screen when you get there, where you are able to send questions to admissions, and they will be happy to answer those for you as well. So again, if you're interested in SEED, you want to make sure that that you get those admission applications in sooner than later if you're interested in starting in the summer. If you're interested in starting in the fall, you have a little more time, but I would suggest that you get those in by June 1st, just to make sure you have more than enough time to get your SEED application in also, if that's something that you're interested in. So thank you all again, and please reach out if you have any questions. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Bye.
You're welcome. Take care.